Hi members, day 66 of the 90-day health and wellbeing challenge, and it's more about welcome back because all of you would have known that there was this mid-air flight health scare that I had Wednesday/Thursday coming back from LA to Sydney, and I ended up having to get off the plane in Auckland, which was a 12-hour flight, and about 5 hours into that flight, 5 to 6 hours into that flight, I completely broke down with pain, and it was abdominal pain and vomiting. So it wasn't very pleasant, and Air New Zealand were incredible. They really looked after me, and the irony of the whole thing is that I sat next to a doctor, and remarkably, I don't know how, but this doctor had all the equipment and medicines, only a certain amount of medicines, and a syringe that she could treat me with, and it was a godsend. So she had what they called diazepam, and she had buscopan, and so she had enough on her to be able to treat me on that plane. So it was incredible. She was amazing, and Air New Zealand were incredible. So I'm just so pleased that that happened. And as a result of her treating me on the plane, she filled in a whole report. And as a result of that, Air New Zealand cleared me for flying then to catch the 11 a.m. flight, which was incredible. Otherwise, I would have had to have waited 24 hours in New Zealand somewhere, whether it be in the hospital or wherever, and that wouldn't have been very, very pleasant at all. So, hi, Renee. It was fate on that plane. It really was. I mean, that was all lined up for me. So, it was incredible. I have struggled, I think, since coming back, even getting any sort of motivation, getting any sort of inspiration to get back on track, to get back on board with anything. And I think that's normal. I think that would be quite normal after flying back into Australia. And the words I used, I actually feel quite displaced because I've been away in such a routine, in such momentum in America, that I've flown back here, and I would use the word displaced. I feel rather strange coming back and having to pick up where I left off from America. So what I did was, on the weekend, Emily came up from Sydney, and that was brilliant. So she came along to a gym here called Planet Fitness, and we just made some inquiries about their gym programs, and it sounds pretty good. They only have Zumba 2 nights a week, and so I just have to sort of maybe just do cardio. Anyway, this is my first gym session, so today is the first one, and we'll see how it goes. And as a result of the mid-flight scare, I'm actually getting some tests done. But the doctor has put it down to what's called endometriosis. And I'm not going to explain it all here, but you can just Google or research. And yeah, just have a look and just see what that's all about. But treatable, really not sure at this stage. I think it's just something that I have to really tolerate and put up with, and maybe on situations like mid-flights, actually take some medicated buscopan with me, which is like a muscle relaxant for the abdominal area, and it will relax and eliminate those pains and cramping. So at this stage, I'm just getting tests done, a CT scan and some other tests, and we'll just wait to see what comes back as a result of that. But I think I feel 100% better. I still not fully recovered, I don't think, but 100% better. And I was back onto my juicing this morning, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm not going to push it hard. I'm just going to go on the walking machine for an hour and just see how I go with that. So what an ordeal, really. And you know what's interesting is Michelle Potter actually posted something in my, actually she messaged me and she pulled out the Louise Hay book I can't remember what it's called now, but it's something to do with healing your life, Louise Hay, and she looked up endometriosis and she sent me a photo of that page, and it was quite interesting, what's going on in my life currently as a result of endometriosis, or the cause of endometriosis. It's emotional. It's linked to something emotional, and the word frustration came up. And what I'll do actually in my next video, I will share with you the explanation with respect to the Louise Hay description or reasoning behind why you would get endometriosis. So, because everything's emotionally linked, and it's an incredible book. I've actually got it at home, so I'm going to actually pull it off the shelf. So that's my share. I'm back, sort of, day 66, but in effect it's actually day 67. So what I'm going to do is I need some catching up to do with some of these videos. So when I come out of the gym, I might just share my experience, day 67 then, of my first day at the gym here in Australia. And maybe, I don't know, a bit of a comparison, I don't know. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Over and out, everyone. Thanks, Renee, for listening, and talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye, everyone.